Welcome back to the ASP.NET Web API series. In this part 4, we are diving into one of the most powerful database features, stored procedures. You will learn how to create, call, and using Entity Framework code all inside your Web API project. If you are enjoying this series so far, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next part. Now let's get started and bring stored procedures to the life in your API. So first of all, we have already created these methods for to get the product by ID, create product async, update the product details and delete the product details. So we already created these functions. Okay, these methods, we can say function or methods, anything we can call it. So to call the stored procedures in these functions, so let's first of all create few stored procedures in the database. Okay, so we previously created this e-commerce database, and in this database we have already created one database table, that is products. Let's right click and select top 1000 rows. So it will show us the data inside the table. Okay, so first of all, let's right click and click on design to create this ID column as identity. Okay, there is identity specification. Click here and expand it and double click here. It will mark it as yes, and identity increment is 1 and identity seed is 1. Okay, so it will start from the ID 1 and increase by value 1. So let's save this one, Control S and close it. So we have 3 columns inside our table. Okay, so let's create our stored procedure first. Right click, stored procedures, and right click, stored procedure. Okay, so it will give us the predefined template for the procedures. You can also create, like click on new query and can write your code here to create the stored procedure, or you can use this template. Okay, if you use this template, it will be helpful, like you will get some written code here that will save your time and hint you where to put what thing. Okay, like we have, if we want to create the procedure, it already gives us the syntax to create the procedure. Okay, so we don't need to add in our parameters in our first procedure, so we are removing them from here. Now let's name it get products, because we want all the products from the database table, products table. So we are giving name as get products. Okay, remove this one and just select star from, we have products table, so name it, and remove this star here from here and put ID comma name comma price. Okay, by giving the columns in this select query, it will be very helpful and ideal practice. We can say that best practice to use the column names inside a select query. So we have created our procedure, so we can execute this one and it will create our procedure. So our first procedure is created. Okay, So let's move to our database, our code. And as we have already created our get products SP, so let's use that one in here, like return await context dot products. Product is our entity, and in entity we have from row SQL row method. Okay, so let's call our stored procedure here. So write exec and name of the SP, copy this one and paste here, dot to list async. Okay, so this is our method to write the row SQL to get to call this stored procedure from the database. Okay, so we are done. Let's try to run it. Yeah, now it opened. Let's open our Swagger, and we have now Swagger open here. So first of all, let's see, do we have our debug point available? Yes, we have. So let's click here, try it out and click on execute. Okay, so now debug point is hit. So F10, F11. We are now in our product service, then F10 and F11. Now we are in our product repository method. So let's see what it will return. Yeah, it returned the data. So let's see how much data it returned. It returned two objects. In one we have laptop and in another we have mobile. Okay, so our calling of first get products stored procedure is successful. So let's click on continue and see the data in our Swagger. Yeah, now in response body we received this data. Okay, so it's done, and this is our product API. This is our request URI. So as we can see that we have, if we run this query, select this query and click on execute, so it is returning us these two records, and same way we received the data from the stored procedures by using the entity framework here. Okay, we didn't make any we don't need to put any other extra libraries or anything to call the stored procedures. Same way we call the entities by using the previous methods, we call the stored procedures here to get the data. Okay, so now we get all the products from this method or this stored procedures. Okay, so we have created our get product stored procedure. We called it in our code, that is from SQL row, and write the row SQL to get the data. The same query we can write in our database query editor, like new, click on new query and get, this is our query, and click on execute. The query will return data here as well. So this is the query which we used here to get the data, that is row query. Okay, so now we are done by getting all the products from the table. So now next let's create one more stored procedure where we will let's copy this one. Sorry. So let's click on new query and paste that code, and in this let's get product by ID. Okay, and add one parameter here, name it as ID integer. Okay, and right here where ID equals to @ID. So let's click on execute so that it will be created, and here click on refresh. So you can see we have two stored procedures created here, available here. Okay, like if exe and get product by ID, let's provide ID1, select and click on execute. So it will provide us the one row. Okay, if you need second product, then run, it will give you the mobile. Like if you provide ID4 and click execute, as we have only two records in our database table, in products table, so it will not return, it will only return the empty schema of the table, as we don't have any product with 4ID. Okay, so now we are done with our get product ID stored procedure. So let's copy this query, copy, and let's open the code, comment this line, write where product equals to await context dot products dot from SQL row, and write this query and 0 and provide product ID here dot to list async this one. Okay, so it will give us the list of the products from this SP. Okay, so but like it will return only one, then let's put it dot first first or default here, so it will only pick the first or default from the product list. Okay, let's see now, run our code. Okay, let's open Swagger. Now we have already tested this API, so let's test this one, try it out, provide ID1, click on execute. So now our controller method is hit and given product ID as 1. Let's F10, then F11, F10, F11, and we have our product ID as 1 here. So let's press F10, let's see what will happen. Okay, now it is successfully executed, and what is the record? Yeah, it has given us the laptop where our ID is 1. Okay, and let's return it to the, let's see what's our response here. This is our request URL. Okay, where we have given product ID as 1, as this is our get request. So we provided input as 1, so it is available in the URL. Okay, so as you can see in response body, we can see that our data is received from the API. Okay, now we have like changed, we have created SP for this API and for this API. Okay, so let's now create one SP for this post. Okay, so let's close this one. Now we need to write one SP to create or add the product in the database. So let's come here again and let's create procedure, then like remove this one, add product, and as we have this ID as identity column, so we can remove it from here, and let's add name as varchar 200 comma @price as float. Now let's add our, now we are in add product store procedure, so we need to use insert query, insert into products table, and we need to provide column names here, so name comma price, and values will be @name comma @price. Okay, so this is our insert query, and this is the syntax how to insert data into the store procedure. So let's execute this one. Our SP is created, command completed successfully. Okay, so what we can write here, exe add product, and name can be speaker, and price can be 5,000. So let's see, select this one and execute. So one row is affected and inserted into our database. Okay, so that we can check by writing our select star from products table. So let's see, yeah, now our product ID is created here. Okay, as of now let's delete this one, delete from, sorry, this table where ID equals to 3. For best practices, you can use begin tran t1. Okay, because if this will be production table, then we need to be make sure that only ID3 data is deleted, not anything else. Like if we miss this where keyword, like statement where keyword and condition from here, then it will delete all the records from the products table. That will be major blunder. Okay, so always make sure to use transactions before using any delete query in the production. So like we have written here, begin tran t1, delete from products where ID equals to 3. Let's delete this one, click on execute. Yeah, one row affected. So one row affected. Let's commit this query. So not query, this transaction, commit this one. So command completed successfully. Now remove it and let's see, sorry, select star from products. Okay, so let's see how many records are available in this table now. Yeah, now we have only 2 records in this table because we have deleted that record from the table. So remove it and now copy this one and let's write the code here. So student, let's write integer rows affected equals to await context dot database dot execute SQL row async. This one is 0 and 1. Okay, comma product dot name comma product dot price. Okay, now our code is written. As you can see, slight change here. Like previously we used context dot entity name and then from SQL row method to get the data from the SP. Okay, now we used database and execute SQL row async, because previously we just getting the data from the database. That's why we use that one. Now we are like using our add, delete, insert and delete query and update query. So for this we need to use this one. Okay, and executes the given SQL against the database and returns the number of rows affected. That's why we used it here, rows affected. Okay, so now as executed this one, we have created our SP and written our code. Okay, this is our DML query, so we need to use this one. Let's run our code here. Whatsoever, open the add product API, click try it out. Okay, now we don't need to provide ID here, we need to provide name like speaker and value can be 6000. Okay, and then click on execute. Select product and we have these values available in our controller. Click, press F10. Now F11, F10, F11. Now we can see that our values are here. Name, speaker, price 6000. Let's click here. Now let's see. Yeah, it's saying rows affected 1 because we have only one statement, insert statement, that inserted one row into our database table named products. Okay, so let's click continue. So what is our result? Our result is response mode is product is created successfully. Okay, there is no error. So let's now call this one. Try it out, click on execute, continue, and you can see that our speaker record is here. So our first record is laptop, second record is mobile, and third record is speaker. But as you can see that there is a product ID is 4, not 3, because we previously created one executed this query. Okay, so it was created one record in product table with ID 3, but now that we deleted that ID. So if we again insert any identity value, then it will not insert that value, it will increase by 1 and insert. That's why it's our 4 value. and like if we again write the statement select star from products, then let's see what's the output. Yeah, you can see this is our output. Okay, so hope you understand the identity concept here, like what is identity. Okay, and like what will happen in identity if we delete one row from the database. Okay, its seed will not start move to previous, it will move to next. Okay, like we deleted the record 3, so it will not insert 3 again, it will increase by 1 and insert new record as 4. Okay, so we are done by creating our add. Okay, same way you can use update or delete. Okay, like you can write one stored procedure to update the record, and also can write a stored procedure to delete the product. Okay, and the same, like let's move to product procedure. The same syntax you can use like here by using this method execute rows async, and can write the same parameters. Okay, for update we can use want to update name and price, then use update product. Here first of all make sure you have written update product stored procedure here, then you can call that stored procedure in this method by using the same method. Okay, and using the database, and the same way we can delete the product. Okay, so the same way using by this syntax we can do this one, and before deleting using the delete product async, we need to create delete product stored procedure also. Okay, so this is your homework. Okay, this is your homework, do it yourself. If you find any issue, like you are facing any challenge or you will find any error, okay, then you can comment me, I will answer you and help you. So that's it for our part 4 of our ASP.NET Web API series. We just explored how to create, execute from stored procedure using Entity Framework Core. I hope this helped you take your database skills to the next level. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you will be notified when our part 5 comes again. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.